was a funny joke.
That was
Someone told Ray Burton he said, nay, nay, his dick rejected a blowjob in 1998. Dude fucks. That was a good joke.
rejected.
Good.
No, I don't know. I don't want that.
No. Get out of here.
That joke's on you. It wasn't even hard to begin with.
Like a little fucking worm, surely when it rains. Back in the ground for me. No.
Was he a Fraggle?
I don't know. It's your dick. Yeah, it's a dumb hat. It was cold out. I've been packing. I'm on the road tomorrow, and this is the first thing I could grab. I don't care. Suck it. You look fat today, Ray. How's your day, man?
Actually, I was naked in front of my wife today, and she said I look like I lost weight.
Doubt it. Bobby, new rope?
Yeah, I don't know if that happened. Yeah,
Is that a
Hey.
fucking transformer?
yeah, it is. That's Optimus Prime.
Is that a dick next to it?
Yeah,
Oh, it's a foot. It's a foot. It's a
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
foot.
Yeah, I frame penises and put them next to Transformers. It's a thing I do.
Imagine that happen for a hobby. Dicks and
anybody
fucking
that comes
Transformers.
in the house, he just has it on his side table as you walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your shoes off and please mushroom stamp the card.
No, that's actually the framed. That's actually the framed picture of what you hold it with Bresnahan holding the dick.
If only.
Yeah.
That thing would go. You know, a Picasso painting just went for $139 million. I can't imagine what my Bresnahan
I'd
ghost
easily,
stick
if
would
somebody
look like.
had it, I'd easily offer him $50 right now.
Yeah, easily. We can get a bidding war going for that, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know this kid you're talking about. Who's this kid?
Shut up. Speaking of ghost sticks, what do you say we start the show? Let's start off with the worst way possible with an opening take from Ray. Go ahead.
Celtics lose to the Warriors with Jason Tatum in overtime 136-128. And then the next night they play without Jason Tatum and have Kristaps Porzingis and score 144 points. My opening take, Kristaps Porzingis will be a very important piece for when they win Banner 18 this year. Suck it, Rich.
Wow, way to really puss out of that one. They lose with Tatum and then they win without him, and then Porzingis will be good. Hot take, Ray. Real fucking hot.
Thank you.
They lose with Tatum, win with him, without him. Porzingis is good. Cool. Good one.
Thank you.
Good one. They will not. They may win with Porzingis, but they won't win with Joey Maz. That is still on the table. We certainly get to some Red Sox. I'm gonna go Celtics. I'm gonna go Red Sox with Tom Warner's full throttle take this week, talking about his Red Sox offseason and how they're going, quote, full throttle. And then immediately after that, we learned they lied about offering the $300 million offer to Yamamoto. They lied about getting a meeting with him. He has not met with the Red Sox. He's met with the Mets twice. He's met with the Yankees twice. He's got an offer from the Phillies, but none of that bullshit that's coming out of Fenway is true. They're fucking lying to you. If baseball was relevant at all, we would be tearing down Fenway right now, calling for John Henry's head. Instead, it's a dead sport, dead team in this market, and it's just going by the wayside. But they're lying. They're lying straight to our faces now. They're not even they're trumping it, saying the quiet part out loud. They're not even being clever about it. Full throttle. Fuck you, Tom Henry.
Who?
Tom Warner. John Henry, Tom Warner. I combined them. We should just do that from now on because they all deserve some fucks.
Just combine people
fuck
into
yous.
one bad entity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Vine.
Dick Vine.
Dick Vine.
Wow. That actually has a good ring to it.
Does anybody call you Dick?
No.
Like, do you have people that just come out of the woodwork and like add the nickname, even though you introduce yourself as Richard? And they're like, "Hey, Dick."
No. Considering it's not 1954, don't get that too often.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. I like Raymond Abkowitz. That one works for me. Fucking pedo.
That's pretty solid.
Fucking pedo. Bobby, your opening take.
Certainly. There's an interesting dichotomy going on in New England sports right now. Here we have Bill Belichick on the one hand, who is a little too old school for our tastes. We beg for him to be a little bit newer. And then we have douchebag Mazzulla, who's way too new school, who we want just to have a little bit more old school. If we could just get the two of them in a room together, Joe could explain to Bill why you need to take on some newer techniques, and Bill could explain to Joe, hey, I need you to kind of take on some of the old school things. Maybe they could each find their way, and we wouldn't have to fire them both. Just a thought.
Now they would do this obviously by docking
Of course,
together.
well, yeah, absolutely.
It's
That's how
another
that's
way.
how they could pass the information along.
Like
Nope.
Avatar. Like
They might not even have to be in the same room. We'll just glory
No.
hole it, and they can talk through a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
That's
could
my
work.
thought.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad thought. My thought when you started to talk was how off center you are in your room, and that half your face is not even on camera. That's what I
Sometimes.
thought.
Sometimes.
There it goes.
When you sway left to right, we only get half of your face. All right, well, we could certainly talk some Patriots. I am still dead inside watching that game. There was a tingle of hope as what we were watching that Patriots versus Chiefs game. Get back to that in a little bit. Not a whole lot to talk about Patriots wise, but the state of Belichick, where they're going to go next, kind of your regular stuff there. A little around the NFL, we've got some storylines pricking up, but honestly, kind of boring season. The league is down, in my opinion. NFL
Monday
kinda
night-
sucks
agree.
to watch.
The Monday night game, what didn't excite you at all? The Eagles and Seahawks? That was a
I
pretty
only
good
got
game.
to halftime, and then I fell asleep.
Hmm.
In your mother's times. Well, we'll touch on that. Do some NFL talk. The losing proposition. We'll get back to your new school guy Joey Maz, and that loss to the Warriors, backed up with a win. Their approach still remains the same. I don't think it's got a shot. I just don't. I've got some numbers to back that up via a blog that I wrote on simplemindsports.com. The only one to do that this week. Several of them. I haven't seen one from the Big Mac in a while.
Where the hell's AJ?
AJ was the last one to write one before me about a month and a half ago. There is another writer on this show and on this platform, but yet to be seen in the month of December. Full throttle, touching that Red Sox news, see if anything else is going on there. We've got a new segment here. Luckily, Ray's really on his fucking A game this week and lately, because this is another segment for Ray. This one's called "What's in Your Quay," which is one of the all-time Civil Mind sports moments where we were discussing what to watch next on Netflix, and Ray said, "I'll put it in my quay." And he meant to say Q. So just talk about what have you been watching lately. Patriots blow. Celtics are frustrating as fuck. So maybe we'll dive into some more viewing habits. This or that with Chief Bobby. Christmas editions and simplest minds of the week. We got a lot to get to. Not a lot of time. Welcome to the show. Simple Mind Sports Show. Friday Rewind, December 22nd. Merry Christmas.
Shalom.
All right. I think I'm going to stop being overtly mean to you, Ray.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see why you would do that.
Depends on what he has to say moving forward.
Can't imagine anything he would say would not make you want to do that.
That's true. He's very triggering for me. He's very triggering. Speaking of triggering, if you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome. What's that sweater there, Ray?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
This was my Christmas sweater right there.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That's nice. That's Big Wood. The
Big Wood. All right,
internet famous Big Wood with a large African American man sitting on the edge of a bed with his big, massive, gigantic Carl Winslow hanging off the side. Ray's got him on a sweater and a Christmas hat. Says, "I have a package for you," with his dick in a box style. Nice sweater there. So you're welcome, YouTube. If you're listening on your preferred podcast platforms, whatever you do, rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, and tell your mothers. To the Patriots. Still dead inside. Bobby, we were texting about it. It was fun watching them for a second. It was
fun. It was fun there for a second when it looked like they had a functional
Shut the
offense.
fuck up, right? Obviously, you were texting about it too. That was just a transition to Bobby. I wanted to get his take.
I didn't say
no, you didn't. You shook your head like, "Oh, I was on the text message chain too. Don't fucking to hide my tears, you fucking bitch. Shut up.
That lasted like literally 2 minutes.
Yes. All right. I was texting. We were texting the game on our group text message that we have, Ray, that you are totally involved and a part of, and I would never have it any other way. I love you so much. You're the best.
Didn't say a word.
You're the best. Anyway, there was a tingle of hope there, Bobby, at the beginning. First drive looked like we had something going on, and then boom, immediately back to dead inside.
Yeah, it was. I think literally what I said was it's weird, mildly enjoying the game for a little bit, and just not watching it and being completely and utter annoyed. I mean, again, Zappy, he blows, but at least he's out there. He's confident. He tries. And then, yeah, immediately he comes out, throws that pick. I stopped watching after that. I was just, all right, fuck this. I'm done. I just put on Red Zone. I didn't watch the game anymore after that. It was just, oh my God. I mean, the season it's almost, I don't want to say unwatchable, but it took the intrigue from it.
Yeah, well, it was that first drive, Ray. I know you were part of this, so I want to include you as well. That first drive, the Chiefs come down, miss the field goal. You go, ooh, and then Zappy comes out, looked pretty good, leaning on Zappy early, all first half. Throw. They get down into the red zone, and then you got a 15-yard offensive face mask that backs them up to the 27-yard line, and that's all she wrote. I mean, the thought of scoring a touchdown on the open drive was completely shot at that point. You could feel it in the building, just like it almost felt like the game was lost at that point in time, 0-0 with that penalty. But they go for the field goal attempt, and Cunty McFourth rounder there misses another basically chip shot, hooked it to
There's a
fucking
reason why.
Swampscott.
You know
Yeah,
why?
Okay.
have you heard about the reason why?
Yes,
I saw a headline that the balls weren't inflated correctly.
Deflategate 2.0. NFL officials
Correct.
under deflated the balls, and that's why both Buckner
That's what's
and
happened here.
Cunty McGee from the 4th round both missed their kicks.
And if you look at the weather report from the AFC Championship game previously, kickoff temp was 53 degrees with a humidity of 70%, 51 degrees, humidity of 70% this past Sunday.
So you're saying we're giving Chad Riley a break here because the ideal gas law was
no,
was-
he blows.
No, he blows, but we're just doing this
saying
to
that it's
get Brady
Deflategate
off.
too.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, either way, as soon as he missed that, the game was definitely over. I went back to being completely dead inside, and the rest of the game, played out as it should. Obviously, Bobby, you mentioned the pick, but it's same old, same old. I mean, there's a less of the putridness. I mean, they scored 17 points. They didn't get shut out. This wasn't the peak horridness of Mac Jones this season in Germany or against the Commanders. Or the Giants, those games, but it's still dysfunctional. It's still not tight, and it's still lacking talent, specifically on the offensive side of the ball. But don't give the defense any leeway either. 3rd and long all season long is a testament of your defense not being locked in and not being truly that good. And they got smoked again by Mahomes and the crew. It's just the same shit.
But we figured that. We figured that they would get. They took Travis Kelce out of the game. Belichick's plan was take Travis Kelce out and see if Patrick Mahomes can find someone else. And he did. And that's all it took. I mean, that's what happens when you have more than one weapon on a team. Actually, a weapon, it's pretty nice to have. I mean, maybe in this offseason we can get that, address that need, but that's what it shows with the Chiefs. You need those guys that can just step up if someone's having a bad day. We don't have that.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is generational talent. He's, best quarterback in the league. He was making a lot of those plays happen. But it just spoke again more towards Belichick and his failure to get this team ready to play, both on offensive and defensive side of the team. Penalties and dumbass mistakes are what this team, what their reputation has been last 2 seasons.
It's the Patriots are weird to watch because in some ways they seem well prepared. And then but then, like you say, they have these just always critical errors. Like they'll be in a competitive position, and then the big error will come. So I don't know why. Like at this point, it is a trait of the team that these critical errors are always happening. So I don't know what the true reason is, but it is always there, whether it's a penalty or
Richard?
what is it? Yes, Richard.
I know the reason. They suck. The players
Well, that's
below.
part of it. Yeah.
After that Germany game, Bill O'Brien came out and said, we have to basically teach them what offense is in the NFL. They are spending this has been the last several years without Brady there. Belichick, I guess, has had to go back and realize, oh my God, Brady did so much. This is my theory. Brady did so much that Belichick was able to focus on the finer details and spend time with individuals and say, hey, you got bagged for that holding last game. Here's what you want to do in that situation, and focus on situational football, because Brady was covering up so much. And now he's emptied his coaching cupboard so bare that the brain drain there is down to a minimum. I mean, you had Matt Patricia coaching offense last year. All of this time, even if you're in the camp that Belichick is still a good coach, which I think he still has some to offer, he's spending so much of his time just coaching the fundamentals and basics that, yes, when you get into situational football or you get these terrible players in these situations, they don't have enough time or energy to teach them the finer details, and that's when you get things like 15-yard offensive fucking face masks, or Connor McDermott holding half of the defensive line to negate Hunter Henry's
Poor
touchdown.
Zap Daddy. He made a play on that.
It was a good throw.
Or who's this? Brandon Schooler, the next
He's a
special
bum.
teams captain, had a holding every single game for the last 4 games or whatever on special teams. He plays 4 snaps a game, and he gets a holding once a game.
The punters are on more than that.
He sucks.
Goddamn. Punter
Slater's
sucks
injured.
too.
Hopefully he never comes back, and then Schooler needs to get cut immediately.
Slater needs to retire.
He
Yes.
will. Luckily, we got to see Alex Austin.
Who?
Some guy that doesn't belong in the NFL, playing because J.C. Jackson was mentally unstable or something. He couldn't make the game. He had that phantom holding call that negated a fumble.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It was whatever was 24-10 at that point or something. Or it still was not going to make a difference in the game, but we can get to the referees here in a second in our next segment, because that's part of the reason why it's hard to watch NFL football. I just want to go through some of the more dumb mistakes if we haven't touched them already. Zappy's interception, Ray. Bobby just touched on a little bit. Would you have anything to say there? I called it pulling a Mac Jones. Another example of me admitting that Mac Jones blows that you accused me of not. I have done it several times over the course of the year in the text chain that you are invited in every single time we text. You're invited in there, right?
Thank you for throwing that out there. I appreciate that. I just want to feel included. It's the holidays. I want to feel loved. I want to feel that ooey gooey inside.
How'd you like that decision and throw by Zappy there on the sideline?
It did give me oozy goozy in the side. It was one of those things where I'm like, well, this is my life for 2023. Just a pure disappointment. Nothing can be right anymore. The Patriots are now killing me from the inside for 4 straight years in a row.
It's just like one of those. Also, just to completely keep the record straight, I said Zappy blows too, and he does. That's the example. How do you fucking make that decision? How do you make that? That's worst quarterback in the league type shit.
Well, Patriots have 2 of them.
Yep.
At least Zappy's good for 2 touchdowns a game. He gets you 2 touchdowns.
I mean, when he throws, he's got some snap. He's not. You can't feel the mental fragility or the broken mental case that you feel every time Mac Jones throws the ball. You go, oh God, that dude's dead inside. He's completely broken every time he releases the ball. Zappy's still got arrogant confidence that he doesn't deserve when he's there.
He 100% thinks he still could be the starter next year.
Yeah, him and Hunter Henry are the next Brady and Gronk. They've talked about it.
Do you think that the players like playing for Zappy more than they did Mac?
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, it shows. It just shows so much. Going up for the balls more, making more of an effort. It looks like they're running to the routes a little crisper. They still suck, but
look, they were calling for Cunningham after Zappy sucked. They just wanted someone competent at quarterback because the defense was giving up 10 points a game and they were losing. You could have thrown anybody behind center, not named Mac Jones, and you would have got a spark. You would have gotten a lift, because they had driven that kid into the ground. He was dead. Yeah. And Zappy has had a couple good plays, but I guarantee you by the end of the season, you go ask anybody that off the record, fuck that. No, Bailey Zappy, out. Get him out of here. Bring in somebody competent that can actually run an offense.
Yeah. They
both suck. Kicker sucks. The punter sucks. 3rd and long defense blows, touch than that. And then Belichick is just mailing it in. Think he's doing that purpose for the draft pick, or he just doesn't want to get blown out?
Doesn't want to get blown out.
I think he's managing defeat.
So it was Zappy all first half. They come out in the second half. He throws the pick. Punt. They got that late touchdown. Punt. End of game.
It made it interesting, that late touchdown, though. It made you have a little glimmer of hope.
Did they cover on that?
Depends on what you had. It was either a push or you lost. Some people had it at 10. Some people had it at 9.5, depending on when you put your bet down.
I bet there was a lot of money on the Chiefs. I bet Vegas.
I think it started at 9 and it went all the way to 10, right before game time.
Yeah. So there you go. After the game or during the game, I forget when this came out, but Rappaport came out with a report, I guess, conflicting what we had heard last week regarding Bill Belichick's future. Tom Curran kind of echoing what the sentiment has been all year, that Kraft is done with Belichick. Rappaport came out and said, no, still undecided. They're not sure what they're going to do with Belichick at the end of the season. Is that just conjecture? Or the bigger question for me is, will Robert Kraft get cold feet at the end of this thing? If it gets ugly, Belichick's got a year left, $20 million. He doesn't go quietly. Maybe there's a little spark. Maybe he gets some, some of his cronies in the building to go say nice words for him around the building. Does Kraft get cold feet?
Yep. I think he gets cold feet. Why not? If you have a little bit of spark and you know that Mac Jones wasn't the answer, that the guy that you wanted Bill Belichick pretty much to draft to be the heir apparent for Tom Brady, because obviously Cam Newton sucked. But yeah, I think he's gonna get cold feet. You go on a little bit of a stretch. You win Denver. You come back home. Who do you play? The Bills. Well, I'm just saying, Bobby. This is my one way of saying, making it competitive against the Bills in Buffalo. And when the Jets game, I think this could be a writing on the wall saying, "Hey, it wasn't my fault. It was Mac's fault, and that's who you wanted. Let's try this one more time."
Bobby,
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray.
go ahead.
I agree. I almost feel like it's almost more likely at this point that Belichick is back next year. I think Belichick's going to they'll have some sort of a meeting, and Belichick will say, "Listen, it's 100% the quarterbacks. They sucked. If we had competent basic quarterback play, we would have had the same record as we did last year. If we had a few breaks go our way, if we didn't get our number one draft pick injured, if Judon wasn't injured, if X, Y, and Z didn't happen, our record would be this." And I think Kraft will probably buy it. And maybe there's some sort of a compromise on how Bill has to handle the offseason to put together a better viewing product. But I kind of feel like that's what could end up happening.
Here's the deal. I don't think Kraft. I hope Kraft cannot be duped by some slick words about how the play in the field has been subpar or less than that because of X, Y, and Z, and not be totally because of Belichick decisions. It's 4 years running. However, you've got a $20 million contract to think about. You've got a PR spin to think about, and you've got a timetable in which to get it done and not to disrupt your franchise even more than it already is. Combine that with Kraft talking himself into a lot of what you said to justify his means of keeping him. And I think that could be a path, along with what you said, Bobby, some type of conversation of personnel decisions have to change. We have to bring in Billy O'Brien's got to be a part of this, bring in an offense that he's looking for, blah, 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 blah. The problem here I see is, what's the end? Where's the end? Just the contract? Because he's not beating Shula next year on the contract. So we're going to keep him around 2 more years and hope for 9-win seasons again?
Well,
like, for the end of what? Look, this is your probably, hopefully, only chance to flip this franchise around personnel-wise with the draft capital that you have. You're going to have a top 2 pick. You want Belichick to in the building for 1 more year making that pick? Fuck no.
It's almost like what does ownership want to do? Do they want to draft a young quarterback? If you want to draft a quarterback at number 2, you need to move on from Bill Belichick because he's going to fuck it up. If you want to just build the team and get a bridge quarterback, then you could make the case it makes sense to keep Bill because you're just going to get as many good players. You're going to bring in an established quarterback, and you don't have to worry about him developing a young quarterback. So if you go that model, you could say it's better to have Bill.
I think well, a lot of what you said is right, although I just flip the rationale. If you keep Bill for probably all the wrong reasons, you just can't take a quarterback. You just can't, because he will destroy them.
Exactly. That's my point. It doesn't make sense.
But you can't even. You have to take the You have to take the personnel decision, offensive personnel decisions away. Like, you just can't let him pick them.
Would he do that though? Would he do that?
Well, if he doesn't have options, like, he's going to understand his landscape across the NFL. If he's got the Chargers and Washington on his plate, then he's got some leverage there. But if both of them are offering shit deals and no personnel decisions, and he'd rather just stay in New England, then maybe he just eats it for 1 year, takes his $20 million, scoops up some wins, and then goes the year after and finishes up and beats Shula in Washington or whatever. I think the way a big motivation for Belichick staying here is it's just easy. It's just easier for him to stay, which is, again, the wrong reason. But you could see that happening. You could see it happening.
Yeah.
And look, if they did that, if they somehow, I know we're not high on Caleb Williams, but if they did draft high-end offensive talent and pay for high-end offensive talent, left tackle, wide receiver, quarterback, you can see them going out there and getting 7, 8, 9 wins. You could see that happening if the defense remains
They
the
could
same.
easily win 8 games next year. Easily.
Look at the league. Look at the AFC. It sucks.
And the way you finish, you're going to play the last place team in each division that you play against, or
Yes,
conference. Rather. So
they'll have an
you would
easier
have an
schedule.
schedule.
If they just have an average NFL offense and keep let's say their defense is relatively the same as this year, they'll easily win 8 games.
Yep. I think we're all in agreement. We don't want that. Just real quickly here, if they do move on from him, obviously Gerard Mayo has been rumored to be the next guy. Robert could be getting cold feet on that because of how poorly this team has done. Also, the newest report is that they don't think he's ready. They wanted to have him another year seasoned before he took that head coaching job, which may be another reason why Belichick sticks around, so they can see.
I'm sure that was a Belichick's favor to that writer for writing that.
Yeah, right.
Also, did you see the reports that Belichick has been treating Mayo like shit, knowing that he's the heir apparent?
No, I heard reports that Mayo is treating everybody else like shit, knowing that he's the heir apparent.
No, I heard Belichick's been
There's so many reports about how much of a dick Mayo is now. It doesn't make any fucking sense. None of it makes any sense.
Well, yeah, who's that? Who's releasing that? The Kraft people? They know they got to get rid of fucking Mayo, so they're making him out look like an asshole.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All these reports coming out now.
Well, I look at that and go, the Krafts look at it and they say Mayo's not ready. We don't want him. Maybe Mike Vrabel's whispering in the air, or vice versa. They want him, so hey, go tell the media Mayo's a piece of shit. He's really rubbing people the wrong way in the building. We gotta figure a way to get out from under this guy. We want Mike. Vrabel's the guy to come back here. You can everyone's jockeying for position at this point. Belichick, Krafts, Mayo, they're all their teams are jockeying for position to see what happens. A simple question, we'll move on. Given the options, these are your only 2 options next year. This is it. And everything that comes with it. Offense, whatever, whoever they're going to set their staff. Mike Vrabel, Gerard Mayo. Who do you want?
Vrabel.
Mayo.
Go on, Bobby. That's a dumb answer. Are you just being a contrarian?
I've seen what the Titans suck. I don't want Titans East. The Titans
went
suck.
to the AFC Championship. He's been a proven coach with shit offense.
He latched himself
Marcus
on Derrick
Mariota
and did this. That's how he got there. Okay, that's not happening again.
I like Vrabel. I think you tie Vrabel to a offensive mind with a good quarterback, and you got something.
Great. He'll bring Tannehill over. He'll end up being the
we
starter. All of a sudden, there'll be
Tennessee
bums here. No. That story about Mayo is bullshit. He's a great guy.
What is Gerard Mayo's
nothing?
Like
I don't. But you gave me 2 options. Okay.
Yeah, but you want some squid with white sneakers that runs fucking offense motion. I want 17 fucking guys in motion that we run college offense, shotgun, fucking RVOs. I've never been a head coach in anything in my entire life. You want Joey Maz on the sidelines of the fucking
No, I don't. I don't want Joey Maz. Don't you dare say that. I do not want Joey Maz. I want someone that does both things, both of them. Like I said in my opening take, both.
That person doesn't exist.
Yes, they do. Called Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay, the good coaches. They do it.
You think McVay? I give you Shanahan. Do you think McVay's got that old guy guster in him? I don't think so.
No.
I think he has the respect of his players.
Handsome.
See his wife? She's fucking smoke.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
It does have a lot to do with it.
Good point. Good counter.
Thank you.
Speaking of smokes, let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. The Patriots lost the Chiefs at home 27-17. The Patriots fall to 3-11 now and travel to Denver to take on the Broncos Sunday night, Christmas Eve. I'll be sure to be drunk by then. Broncos are favored by 7 points. Celtics started a West Coast trip taking on their Achilles heel in the Golden State Warriors. They lost in overtime 132-126. Kristaps Porzingis didn't play. On Wednesday night, though, they traveled to Sacramento and beat the Kings 144-119. Kristaps Porzingis did play. Celtics take on the Clippers Saturday and then the Lakers on Christmas Day. The Bruins are not the best team in the Eastern Conference anymore. That honor is held by the team that they lost to last Saturday in the New York Rangers in overtime 2-1. They lost again on overtime to the Minnesota Wild 4-3. The Bruins stay on the road to take on the Wild and Jets before taking a week off for Christmas. And the Red Sox have signed no one. And on this day in 1974, Phil Esposito became the 6th NHLer to score 500 goals. This has been headlines with the obvious one. Back to you, Richard.
Thanks, Raymond. I've learned my lesson, Bobby. I can't be mean to Ray. I tried to be mean to him to really light a spark, see if we get some of that Langevin sauce. When Ray's got the right amount of sauce, we really get some good stuff out of him. But it's a
He
lot.
hasn't been saucy like that in a while.
Yeah,
You're mean. Very, very, very mean to me.
Last
Ever
week
since he's lost the weight, he's got a little bit.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
got a little sensitive. He's lost that jolly. He doesn't have that jolliness.
Christmas is killing my whole body. I just can't wait for it to be over.
Well, my point was, you're really low energy tonight. You're not really bringing it. So I've learned my lesson.
Well, you just being mean. If I try to say something,
listen. If you let me fucking finish, Ray. If you let me fucking finish. If you let me finish talking, I'm just going to apologize and let you know I've learned my lesson not to try to pull the sauce out of you by being mean. All right. You're a modern day athlete. You're a prima donna that doesn't take hard coaching. You got to be nice and pamper your little butt. It'll give you a little fucking love tap. Use those wet wipes on your butt cheeks. Get real fucking nice and comfortable. Maybe gummy it up so you feel all nice. And then that's where you get all saucy. That's where we get the sauce from. Not the hard coaching, not the hard love.
Do you use baby wipes when you shit, Ray?
I got dude wipes the other day. I had it in another group exchange. I was talking to the boys, like, cherish the days you have an infant or a toddler and you still have baby wipes around the house, because when those days are gone.
I've never used that.
Never.
You never used a baby wipe on your ass?
Why would I do that?
This conversation multiple times. You talking to me or Bobby?
No, I know you. I'm talking Bobby.
No, I have not. No.
He also shits fucking little.
Oh yeah,
nuggets.
Yeah.
No,
He doesn't even wipe. He's got a woman butthole.
No. They're pretty well put together turds. They are. I'll send you. Around 5:30 tomorrow morning. Check your phone.
Okay,
Will do.
I'd like a ruler for some perspective.
I'll put something in the toilet for.
How many Keurigs? How many Keurigs is it?
How many what?
Keurigs?
What's that?
You don't watch South Park. Never mind.
No.
That's how they were measuring shits, by how many kitty Keurigs there were. Bono took a huge shit. Healed the most Keurigs. Anyways.
Very good.
Rich is bad. Sorry, man.
No. It was another stellar swing home run, Ray. Around the NFL, shall we move on to the next segment here? I just wanted to touch on this because, as you said, the Patriots are so bad that I've been watching a lot of other football this year. And I got to tell you, I mean, it's better than watching the Patriots, but it's bad.
Anything is.
And a lot of it has to do with the refs. I've gone on this rant before. A lot of it has to do with college football and it ruining the offense in the NFL. Sorry, my wife is watching TV and it's very loud. It's distracting.
What is she watching?
I don't know.
Tell her to turn
what's
that
in her
shit
quay?
down.
What's
Who
in
runs
her
the
quay?
house?
What's in the quay?
Who runs the goddamn house?
You're right, Bobby. Shut that down, woman. Look, the refs are terrible. It's a culmination of
I'm sorry.
the league is gone. The offense is terrible. College football has ruined it. The player safety, quote unquote player safety. Will Smith is a concussion movie. Has something wrapped in
Will
all
Smith,
of that.
piece of shit. Don't even get me started on that.
Gay now?
I really think
now he's always been gay.
I really think gambling has a problem, is a big problem. The fantasy football skewed the game too offensive, and now attaching themselves to gambling
I love
sites.
fantasy football in this.
And the spreads, I think, is a problem with the officiating on the field. It's just a bad product. It's not an not a pure product. Replay fucked up the game. You're not watching a pure product. It feels like it's being tugged and pulled from alternative motives everywhere across the field throughout the whole game. You're not watching a pure product.
Bobby and I saw McPhee tug in motion the other night at your mother's house.
I get it. I get it. You kicked us off with a fucking awesome South Park joke, and now this is the joke
So that's
segment.
what you're doing. You're
Joke
doing a
hour.
tug in motion. I've never seen a McPhee do that before.
Dicks
Huh,
in the
Bobby?
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking rah, rah, rah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Refs suck. Are the Dolphins for real?
Yeah.
Hero, they beat the Jets with no Tyreek Hill.
I had a ref take before Ray's joke.
Bobby, please
go back
to the refs take.
Okay, go ahead, Bobby. Take
Before the
dick out
big
of your
feet
mouth.
double fucking jerk off
Take the
motion.
fucking-
Yeah,
take
please.
double
by all means.
penetration,
agree
McPhee
with
dick
you.
out of your mouth, and give us your ref take. Go ahead. Oh, you know what?
I agree with
on
the
you. Ray,
premise
shut up.
that
Go
the
ahead, Bob.
NFL is making it seem like the product is as it was 10 years ago during the height of it, but they are lying, and I don't know whether they understand that their product isn't as good because it's not, and that they need to do something to change it.
Yeah. Did you catch the? This is I think it was last week. It's a little late, but Brady went on Stephen A. Smith's podcast and was like, basically the league sucks. There's a lot of mediocrity out there, and if offensive players are complaining about getting hit, it's not the defensive player's job to protect the offensive player. It was basically his point. Like, learn how to get hit and stop regulating how to hit people. Like, it's football.
Isn't that the Brady rule, the quarterback, roughing the quarterback rule now?
That was the Carson Palmer rule. Very often misguided and misrepresented as the Tom Brady rule. But that knee injury
Against the Steelers in the AFC wildcard game, yeah?
Carson Palmer.
Yeah. Bengals, Steelers, yes.
The year before, maybe a couple years before, the Brady injury. Was that Pollard that did that to Brady?
Yes.
Yes.
Chiefs, yes.
Oh, the Chiefs. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I forget but the rule came after Carson Palmer.
Mm.
Blew his ACL in that. So it's not the Brady rule.
Thank you for
Carson
enlightening me.
Palmer reference.
The more
Common
you
misconception.
know.
Common misconception. The Brady was a pussy and they got that rule after him. No, he was not a pussy, and the rule's not after him. So there you go. Back to the Dolphins. Are they for real? I know that you're going to stick with your take here, Ray. You had them win in the East. I had an injury deflating them by the middle of the season in Tua Tagovailoa. That hasn't happened. They went out and won 30-0 against the Jets without Tyreek Hill, who's my MVP of the league. So I ask, are they for real, or are they still just smoke and mirrors waiting for the bottom to fall out when the pressure mounts at its highest point?
I think this week's the true test. You play the Cowboys. Both teams they both say that they can't beat teams that have a winning record. Well, guess what, boys? You both have a winning record, both leading your division. So here we go. This is the true litmus test. Let's see if the Dolphins can pull it out, or the Cowboys may be for real and can beat a good Dolphins team.
They're real enough. Like we said, the NFL's a lot of mediocre teams. They're going to be in the playoffs. So are they going to go anywhere? Probably not, because when it gets cold, I don't think they'll produce, and injuries will wear down because they're star heavy. So they're real enough.
Same question. Cowboys.
Hold on. Cowboys, yeah, I think they're for real. Against the Eagles team, I mean, I know the Eagles are on a downward trajectory right now,
They
but
just lost to Drew Lock in the fucking
I know,
Seahawks
but
with
still.
Matt Patricia calling defense on the side.
Yeah, I think the Eagles, they're kind of cratering right now.
I know.
They
got
like
that
on the down low fired their defensive coordinator.
Let me tell you something. You want to know a lock? Maybe I was wrong about the Dolphins. I think a lot has to do with the AFC and how down it is, and we have yet to see them play in inclement weather. You want to know what a lock is? The Cowboys will not make the NFC Championship game. The Cowboys will fall short. Mike McCarthy will be fired. Bill Belichick may be the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are fucking frauds. Dak Prescott is a fraud. When the buttholes tighten, they suck. They just got blown out by the Bills, who are a little bit ticking up, but have been an underperforming team all season long. 31-10. Come on. They're frauds. They've always been frauds. Dak Prescott's Cowboys have always been frauds.
If McCarthy gets fired, that'll be the only way the Patriots actually get a first-round pick for Belichick. Jerry be like, give them whatever they want.
I mean, it might Southern accent.
Hide this hooker from me. She died.
It might not be their fault. If they run into the 49ers, and they're all done. Which is a question for you, Ray. Are they the team to beat? Best team in the NFL? Anybody close? 49ers?
I think it's the 49ers' year. It's their year to win it all. I mean, they have the MVP on their team, Christian McCaffrey, who's now the odds-on favorite to win the award at the end of the season. You got a guy that can actually manage the game and Brock Purdy. You got some weapons on the outside. You got George Kittle. That defense is just stingy. I love it. Fucking no one can do anything against them. Yeah, 49ers I think, are going to win it all.
49ers are a team that I don't have a problem rooting for. Like, I got no. We were kind of growing up on the tail end of the 49ers dynasty. Got to see Steve Young, that blowout Super Bowl against the Chargers, Stan Humphries. They were a fun team. Like, Jerry Rice, and I don't have a problem rooting for the 49ers.
There's no cunt on that team that you'd be like, oh, fuck that guy, you know?
Yeah, no, not particularly. They got the equivalent in Brady there, and they're Mr. Irrelevant, Purdy running the team. Yeah, I can root for them. Kyle Shanahan's basically as cunty as you get.
But do you think
He's
Kyle
quite
Shanahan?
cunty, yeah.
Do you think he can win it? Do you think he won't choke all over himself? That's the big question. See, they are the team right now. They're like the Peyton
Jimmy
Manning of the
Garoppolo
Colts.
lost him the last Super Bowl.
No, he started shitting down and started playing terrible, calling terrible plays on offense. They could have killed the clock. They didn't. They kept giving it to the.
I mean, they almost beat the Eagles without a
Chiefs.
quarterback last year. I find it hard to believe anybody is going to get in their way. Honestly, I know that they're not at the top of their game, but the only team I get a chance is Mahomes. I think I would not bet against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, because I don't think the Dolphins would. Oh,
I
would
think if
really
the Bills get hot, they can go toe to toe with them. If the Bills get hot and get in the playoffs, I think they could easily go to the Super Bowl if they get in.
Problem with the Bills getting hot going into the playoffs is Josh Allen's blockhead is constantly just an
That's a problem.
a block of ice.
It's a problem.
So it constantly cools them down in all the wrong times. No, it's you want parity? You're back to parity here in the NFL as the Patriots dynasty has officially come to an end 4 years ago, and the Chiefs dynasty never was a thing, and we're seeing that now. This is what parity is. It's just parity of mediocrity. There's no top teams battling. You don't have a Manning versus Brady, an Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees. You don't have it.
Is it only because there's no quarterbacks, like you're saying? Is it really a quarterback problem?
College football's fucking problem, Bobby. That's why.
Ooh, college football.
That is
We've
how
fucking
is
been
there
over
no
this.
NFL quarterbacks.
We've been
a college
over
football
this.
problem.
We've
because
been over
they
this.
not groomed into. They're doing this pro style bullshit shotgun. They don't know how to line up under center and actually.
They don't coach offense. They coach a bunch of dim-witted fast guys to run around like their fucking heads off and then throw it 50 yards down the field and get a defensive pass interference. That's the NFL. RPOs and pass interference.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong, Bobby.
Gross. It's Chip Kelly's fault. Oh, nice segue, Rich. You sent us that Chip Kelly saves college football
Yes.
It was beautiful.
press conference. Do you remember that snapshot? Do you remember just off the top of your head? You take all 168 teams and basically put them in one.
Yeah, he
Conference.
wanted a
Hey,
college
you have a
football
West Coast
commissioner for the
team.
Power Five.
Yeah, you have a West Coast team and a West Coast division, East Coast division. So you still like UCLA would still play USC, Arizona, Washington, and shit like that. And then you'd go out of conference, kind of like the NFL. So you'd go and play like a Syracuse, a North Carolina, Florida State. So you can still get those big money games on the East Coast side, but still play your rivals, so you can get that big money and having like homecoming and shit like that. I think it's a genius idea. I mean, everyone's getting paid. And then he said, obviously, at the end of it, you got to pay the players. I mean, they're bringing all this revenue in and maybe a meal and
The
tuition.
idea of it was to spread the money out away from the Big Five conferences and just to make it an open.
Correct.
Basically an open.
It's like a league. It would be like a league, 164, 62 team league.
He didn't want he didn't want the so SEC football that it obviously can travel everywhere, but he didn't want to have to, the SEC like the Alabama swimming team doesn't have to fly to play, like to go there. The swimming team still just plays local. It's only football. So that's why it just football takes part in this, not the other schools.
I mean, Charlie Baker basically proposed that just on a smaller level, all the best teams basically go do that.
Yeah.
Your top teams.
But why not? Why not just do it all?
Well, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of your Power Five conferences that are sucking up all that money that stop it from happening, and whoever's
of course. So I'm just saying it'd be
pulling the strings.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
no, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The boosters are like paying like top dollars. Say, oh fuck, I've never seen Alabama play. Name a dream opponent that they've never played before, and how much money the boosters would throw at that. I mean, schools would make hand over fist, like the big ones, obviously. And then you could still get the little guys, like they were saying, like you'd have to go play like the Mountain West or a fucking Sun Belt team or something like that in order to be part of this whole thing.
You'd think they'd still be able to figure out the money. Like, you understand what's driving ratings. Like, just
of course.
put it
That's
all
why
in the
that's
right
why
pocket.
I think Chip Kelly was saying like you still have those rivalries like Texas, Oklahoma, you could still have going on because Texas is obviously leaving now. Or Ohio State, Michigan's a big draw, another one. Washington and I believe Oregon's a big one, but Oregon's leaving, isn't it? Or no?
Yeah, they're going to the Big Ten.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I think
there
the
you go.
problem with that model is schools will probably end up giving up too much control. It's all about control, so they're not going to want to change a model where they have more control over the product.
Just give control of the big like yeah. Yeah, it's isolated to your conferences now, and that's where all the money is, and now end up getting spread out. But just you let the collusion and all of it happen. It's already happening anyway. The people at the top will figure out a way to make the money funnel to the top. They always do.
Well, that's why like you've heard how the school is trying to take back, not get rid of NIL, but just flat out pay the players.
yeah.
So they're not being paid by the third party, so they can then control the athlete again.
Yeah, and Chip Kelly said that too. Like but that idea is all that TV money the SEC network gets, the ACC network gets, just make it all one contract. That's your problem. That's where they don't want to lose control. The SEC TV money is just for SEC.
They need like a
that's
college
all them.
sports TV so they could just get one big revenue share of that.
Yeah, like they have the CBS
Of
Fox
course, yes,
NFL
yeah.
contracts.
Right, except East Bumfuck University can't get the same amount as Alabama. Then how do you determine what that is? Like, it's not, you can't have NFL profit sharing, MLB profit sharing across 168 universities.
Yeah.
But you could also do
10 are making all the money.
You could do the Alabama versus bumfuck university, like opening game. You know how you always want to play that fucking scrub team. Well, now there you go. There's your chance, so they can be a part of it, and they get like a percentage of that revenue. Yeah, there's your payout.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you'd have to somehow come up with the percentage of revenue across the TV that would make the big power teams happy.
Yeah.
And East Bumfuck, you would get 0.0001% of that. And then how do they climb that percentage ranking? Like, do you tie in the revenue, the profit sharing with your success within the 168 team league? Like, that'd be a big ass fucking mountain to climb for Tuscaloosa State, to get into that top 10 revenue, TV revenue, Yeah. Interesting thought.
It is.
College football's stupid. Quick break. Really excited to get to this text message Bill sent us in Simplest Minds of the Week.
Did he?
Yeah, that is a good one. That's your MVP.
MVP of the league, MVP of ladies' hearts and ovaries. Let's do a little Celtics talk here, Raymond.
Let's show. Shall we?
Lost with Tatum on the court. They won without Tatum on the court, and Porzingis is good.
He's very good.
Hot take there from Ray to start the show off. Not going that direction. Not going they win without Tatum. I think that's a dumb direction.
I don't think that's not the direction I was taking.
No, Ray, you made that very clear with your.
No, I did not. I said that pretty much that Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a key asset for the rest of the season if they want to win Banner 18. Obviously, with him on the court, it opens up a lot more things. Brown had a huge fucking game because basically the more the focus goes on Porzingis, leaving these lanes open. I mean, if Tatum was there, he would have had a great night too. I'm just saying Porzingis is a big key for the Celtics team. He is a fucking monster. He can bring the big man outside because he's a threat from outside. He can take the man inside. He played fucking Sabonis pretty fucking well the other night. He had 5 blocks, I believe. Yeah. I think Porzingis is a huge key for this fucking team to go all the way.
I don't disagree. And here's why. Because Joey Mazzulla's philosophy and 3-point barrage very well could sink this team. Absolutely could sink this team. The only way that they overcome it is Porzingis, but really the absence of Marcus Smart. that allowed for Porzingis to come in here and be a part of this. And basically what I mean by that is the only way talent, if talent shines at its highest level, then they can overcome this Joey Mazzulla 3-ball philosophy, live and die by the 3. And they might. They're that good. And Porzingis is that important. And they are that much better when all 6 of those guys are on the court. But this fucking guy still may sink the best team in the league with his philosophy of firing up 58 3-pointers.
Is that what it was? I was just trying to look that up.
Golden State Warriors.
Insane.
Here's some statistics for you. Okay? I did the math. I actually did this, wrote it down on paper, so it's probably not that accurate, but it's pretty close. Here's the facts. The Celtics have lost 6 games this season. In 4 of those games, they've shot less than 30% from 3. And the other 2 losses, they've shot 32% from 3. And the other 2 losses, they lost by 3 points each, 106 to 103 and whatever it was, the other one. So that tells you that when the Celtics shoot under 30% from 3, they are guaranteed to lose. And this goes back to last season too. It's a guaranteed loss. But if they shoot over 30% from 3, it's not a guaranteed win. They've only had 3 wins this season, 3 or 4 wins. 3 games this season, which they shot under 35%. So only 3 times in their 21 wins have they shot between 30 and 35% from 3-point. All the other wins, they've shot over 35% from 3-point line. So essentially, for the Celtics to win basketball games, they have to shoot 36% from 3 or better. They average 43 threes a game. That's number 1 in the NBA. You know what their 3-point percentage shooting is?
33%.
15th in the NBA.
Oh, what the rank was.
First in attempts, 15th in 3-point shooting percentage. Their total points per game is 8th. That's where you lose me, Mazzulla. That's where you lose me. That and in key clutch game situations and in the playoffs. Your math, your philosophy is spread out over an 82-game season. If you shoot more 3s than 2s, you make 36% of your 3s over 66% of your 2s. The math works out that you will win 55 games. Fine. But when you get to the playoffs, here's some more math for you. Follow me on this. Last year's playoffs, the Celtics failed to record 30% or better from the 3-point line 4 times. 3 of those were losses. The one win was Game 6 in Miami, where Derek White miraculously put the game-winning putback in. They shot 20% from 3 in that game, and Marcus Smart hucked up the last one and bricked it, and did Derek White. That should have ended the series. The other 3 losses in which they shot under 30%, all were the Heat. So they smoked the other 2. They beat the 76ers. They were shooting like 48% or something from 3 against the 76ers team. And they won, and they still needed 6 games to win that series. They smoked the Hawks in 4 before that. But they're shooting in the mid-40s in those first 2 rounds. They see the Heat, and they lose 4 games. And that's all you need. That's all you need in the playoffs is 4 losses to that team. So the whole point here is a lot of numbers, and we don't do numbers on the show. The analytics don't match up in the playoffs because your sample size is truncated down to a 7-game series. It doesn't work. Never mind the fact. So right now they're on a clip of shooting under 30%, 15% of the time. To win a championship, you got to play 28 games max, 4 series of 7 games. Do you know what 15% of 28 is? 4.
You didn't give me time to answer. 4.
Sorry. Basically what that means is if they stay on this current trajectory and they go to game 7s across the entire playoffs to get to the NBA Finals, there's 4 games in there in which they shoot under 30% from 3, which we've determined are guaranteed losses. How much you want to bet those 4 games come to the same exact team that apply pressure at the right points at the right time, like it's happened the last 2 years?
Are you saying like Eastern Conference Finals? Do you think that's gonna
kind of like that? Kind of like it happened the exact same way last year to the Miami Heat. If that's not an analytical driven pile driver up Joey Mazzulla's ass for why this shit doesn't fucking work, that I did on my little notepad, my dumbass, no math having brain did on my notepad in an afternoon. I don't know what is. And then you go out and shoot 58 threes, shoot 29% against the Golden State Warriors and let them come back from 17 down where your butthole shrinks again
with Curry on
against
the
a
bench.
shitty Warriors team. 5 fouls for Curry and he buries you with a guy's second three. They still haven't learned how to win. They still haven't learned how to execute in the crunch. They still haven't learned how to identify. Bobby, you've been all over this.
I never saw through his bullshit. Okay, and it's very satisfying to hear everybody else start to finally come on board. 2 weeks into the season, I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? What is this? No, this is all wrong. No.
Yeah, it's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch. What's really funny, Jaylen Brown came out after. I don't know if these comments came out after the Warriors game or after they beat Sacramento, where they came back and crushed Sacramento, and Ray Porzingis was just dominating the paint. I mean, they just couldn't stop him. But Jaylen Brown, after Mazzulla came out after the Warriors lost and said, everything looks great. 58 threes, no problem. 41 misses, a lot of them were open. No biggie. That's what we're looking for. A lot of open shots. We'll take that. Jaylen Brown came out and said this, quote, in this Warriors game, we missed a lot of shots, missed some easy shots at the rim, a lot of wide open looks, Brown said after the game. But I feel like we settled at times. We could have been more aggressive getting to the paint. We settled for a lot of threes.
Spoken like a basketball
Plus,
player.
Sam Hauser
He's
also
he's actually playing the game.
Well, here's what that
feel
look.
played.
Here's what that says to me, and I truly, honestly believe this. I really have my doubts that the Celtics can win playing this type of basketball with Joe Mazzulla as their coach, who has no feel for the game, no understanding how to get his team out of ruts, no understanding how to turn a tide, to change momentum, which in the NBA is really your only job as an NBA coach in game, is to call the timeout at the right time and get your team focused again and playing the right way when they lose focus on the court. Joe Mazzulla has none of that. So I really, unless talent over, and this is what goes, maybe they have a chance. If the players just go, fuck you, man. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're on the court. We'll do what we want. That's a recipe for disaster generally when your players and coaches aren't on the same team, but you probably need that in this case if you're the Celtics. Unless somehow you go on a 16-game stretch where you shoot 50% from three and then no one's touching this team, but when's it's not going to happen. And I'm talking about the playoffs there.
What would make you change your mind on Joe Mazzulla?
If
Both
they
of you.
start,
Both of you.
if they start playing through Kristaps Porzingis in the paint, if in a 7-point game with 3 minutes left against the Golden State Warriors, where Chris Paul and Stephen Curry are out there, if Jason Tatum gets on the block 7 possessions in a row and they run it through him every single time to exploit the defense that's on the court, the same way the Warriors did with Steph Curry switching onto Al Horford 6 possessions in a row for 6 fucking shots in a row. It's just coaching. It's everybody can see it. Start doing that. Start doing the very obvious things at the end of games to win them, and that'll change my mind.
If
Bobby?
I actually saw him hold the little white clipboard where it has like a little drawing of a 3-point line and a key on it, and saw him use a little marker and draw something up where it's called a play, and then they go fucking run it at the end of the game, maybe if I for once saw him do that, I would change my mind.
So
Raymond?
no and no for both of you. Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
Do you?
No,
You're the one with hope here.
No, I think the 3-ball is killing the NBA, and I think it's going to kill the Celtics down the line. Obviously, like you said, you're going to play a team that is figuring them out, has a good perimeter defense, and this team is going to choke in the playoffs, either Eastern Conference Finals or Finals, if they don't change their ways and start driving to the hoop. I think Jaylen Brown kind of threw it out there, like you said, with that quote he had the other night. Like, yeah, sometimes the threes don't fall, but if we can, facilitate the ball inside and get the ball inside with Porzingis and Horford and have those lanes to be able to drive, I think this team would win a lot more games than they're going to this season.
Yeah, and you make a good point. The rest of the NBA, they all play that way too. But the teams that you have to worry about, 76ers, it looks like have learned how to play with Maxey and Embiid. They're a different style of play. The Bucks with Giannis in the paint, and then Dame who can play
Giannis.
outside. Son and asshole Giannis, and then Denver, and even the Lakers to a certain extent if they continue to play the way that they're playing.
The in-season champs. Thanks.
in-season champion.
There's no way the Lakers, they're going to fall apart.
Oh, yeah. They're not even going to make the playoffs. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
I think they're the 8th seed right now. I mean,
The Lakers?
I think they're the 8th seed.
I don't know. I haven't paid that much. I thought they were better than that.
Well, keep talking.
Anyway, very still frustrating to be a Celtics fan. Although I will say, I'll end on a positive note. When they played, here's a little shining bit of hope.
Yeah.
They did win back-to-backs against Orlando.
Who was Achilles' heel for most of the season so far.
Yeah, they had something to prove against Orlando, and then in both of those games, they played beautiful basketball. I mean, the ball was zipping around.
Nice.
They weren't settling for three. They just outclassed them. And then they did the same thing to the Cavs 2 games in a row. Just
Another team that had the number.
executed. And it was really great to watch. And then they go out against Sacramento and they impose their will in the third quarter. Like, they still just have, so there are positive signs. They just have to prove that they've gotten over their shortcomings, which in my opinion have not yet. And then lastly here, RIP Eric Montrose.
North Carolina, great. Eric Montrose.
Eric Montrose, part of the that 90s Celtics team we grew up with on the heels of Larry Bird, never really understood the greatness of the Celtics.
I believe he won a national championship.
We just had to deal with the dregs of the league that were the Boston Celtics. Eric Montrose.
During the prime of the NBA when the Celtics blew.
Yeah. They were horrible. And this is how you know, no, all respect to Eric Montrose, but like he was a guy for the Celtics. He was like one of the names, Eric Montrose.
Him, there was like Dana Barros.
Yeah, that was.
Remember when Vin Baker was on this team? It was Vin Baker and Eric Montrose for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, the peak of that before Pierce, Antoine Walker, Walter McCarty.
I love Walter.
Is it Tony Batiste?
Yep.
Tony Batiste, yeah.
Eric Williams, Tony Delk.
Tony
Delk.
Good bowl.
Kenny Anderson. That's when they were like okay, like they were winning 35 games a year.
Yep.
Yeah, dealt with a lot of shit there. All right, afternoon delight.
Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop. You guys have it, I think. Afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
Little Red Sox talk here, full throttle. I touched on all of this in my opening take. It's a similar baseball rant for me. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm not going to get all worked up about it. It's just the addition here to the regular baseball is dead and the Red Sox suck and it's a tragedy what John Henry's doing to this team now. The addition to this is the blatant lie that they just told everybody about Yamamoto. They reported that they were going to have a meeting with Yamamoto. They didn't.
Flying them in. They're flying them into Boston to fucking have an interview.
They had a report, Raymond, that they offered him a $300 million contract.
Plus, 300 plus. It was north of $300 million.
And they just didn't. Fucking lies.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Blatant lies directly. And then this cunt, Tom Warner, has the gall to come out and talk to whoever the fuck he was talking to and tell the public and the fans that the Red Sox are quote unquote full throttle this offseason. Are you fucking shitting me?
How's that going?
The Phillies, who like basically have no money, they even tossed their hat in the ring for Yamamoto. After the Mets are whining and dining with him twice, the Yankees whining and dining with him twice, the Dodgers are sitting back, probably going to sign him regardless of whatever the fuck else goes on. And the Red Sox have the gall to say they're full throttle after lying right to your face about meeting with this guy and offering him a contract. That's next level. That's next fucking level.
I don't understand how you can be a fan of this team and not be totally outraged that, hey, yeah, guys, we're gonna make a valiant effort this offseason. We know we've sucked. We come in last place in the AL East 2 times in a row now, and let's do something to turn this around. Oh, we're gonna offer this Japanese sensation $300 million contract. We're gonna get back on the right track, and it was a complete bullshit lie. Like, how isn't people just storming down, protesting, tying themselves up, and not eating Fenway Franks?
Oh, by the way, we're gonna ticket prices are gonna go up 5% this year to deal with.
Yeah, I
this.
saw that too. They're raising ticket prices. That's fucking insane.
Justified.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the the solution is, John. They sell. I mean, they're going to have to get shamed into selling, but the Fenway Sports Group is becoming so powerful and so diversified. They're getting the PGA now. They're just going to be printing money. They're not. There's going to be no incentive for them to sell that team.
You see how bad the Penguins are this year too?
Yeah, Liverpool sucks too, right?
No, they're
Not
all
as
right.
No,
bad.
they're fine.
I think they're top 4 in the Premier League right now, so they're fine.
Well, soccer's stupid anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'd take that back. Been getting into it a little bit. Talk to you about it when we get into what's in my quay.
Oh, I already know why it's in your quay.
Well, that's enough baseball talk. The point here is the Red Sox lied directly to your face through the reports in the media. Yamamoto's not coming here. And now they're the odds-on favorite to land Jordan Montgomery, who, if they did sign him, would be an overpayment for the wrong guy. Newsflash, tick, 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 tick. They're not signing him either. They're not signing him. There's something like $75 million before they get to the luxury tax. They're running out of fucking guys to get there. They're not going to, people. They're not going to. Bottom third in spending this year. Watch.
Which is weird because isn't it a break on the tax break or whatever Bill was saying to us? Like the luxury tax reset now because they were under.
Oh yeah, they're way reset. They've been under for since last year. They're good to go.
Yeah.
They're good to go. They can do whatever they want. They're also the Boston Red Sox. They're worth $5 billion.
Yeah.
And they want to be the Oakland A's. Sell the team, John. Quick break. We'll talk about a little bit what's in your quay.
Hey, I'm on vacation.
God,
listen. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's QUE. You idiot.
It's quaid.
All right, man. I'm excited for this. I don't know what you're gonna bring us. I know you're also gonna be editing this show. I had a nice edit into this. I was gonna use that.
I have it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I'm really excited to see Ray's edit too. It's gonna be great.
I got this storage thing. I got 2 terabytes of fucking extra
2 terabytes.
Now he solved the problem of where to save it. Now he just has to execute it. You actually.
Yeah. Let's see
I hope you've given yourself plenty of time to work on this.
I did. I got it till about 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. So let's do this.
It's gonna be when your kid puts in a crayon project. All right.
Thank you.
What's in your quay? Do you have an idea for this, Ray? I threw it on your plate a little bit.
I saw that. I think we should just do a roundtable discussion. 3 quays that we have in our.
Well, look it. Let me do it. Seeing as you're blustering and blowing this.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
The what's in your quay obviously came up from the all-time clip in Some Mind Sports when we were talking about shows to watch, and I gave you a couple, and you said, "Cool, I'll put it in my quay and watch it this weekend." And I went, "Did you say fucking quay?" Yeah. You said I sounded it out.
Yeah.
It's Q, obviously put it in the queue to watch. But then also very often you're generally you talk through Bobby and I on our text chain, which you're invited to, Ray. And you talk to Bill and say, "Hey, Bill, have you watched this stupid fucking show?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that was awesome. You want to dock with me and play fucking video games together?" And you're like, "Yeah, bring over the fucking week."
Here we go. We're finding out why Rich is so fucking mad. I didn't involve him in asking him if he fucking watched a certain show. Here it is on the table now. Now we finally figured it out. I'm sorry. I will start saying, "Hey guys," instead of "Hey Bill."
Oh, I don't care about that. It's just
no, you do. You fucking do. It just came out through your little rant. It came out that you're upset that we didn't include you. That I talked through you. I get it.
Fine. Yeah, I'm very hurt. I'm very broken up over it. My point is that you're always talking about it, and you're always watching some stuff, and your genre does not. The quay does not sway. You are lockstep in the shit that you watch, and I'm not saying that it's all bad. I'm just saying that you don't really move away from it. So I think it'd be a really interesting case study if we just did this every once in a while, to pinpoint where you're at.
Absolutely.
Bobby and I can throw a couple things in there too if we got anything to talk about. So let's hear it, Ray. What's the latest in your quay?
It's an older show, but I am fucking hook, line, sinker. Homeland. Homeland has been religiously every night for the past maybe month. I'm on season 6 now, episode 9. I just finished 8 before we started recording. It's just one of those things I have to watch at night. It's captivating. I like it. I like the whole CIA's dirty and all these like ploys and backdoor deals they're making with terrorists and shit like that. It's just very entertaining for me. Edge of my seat kind of thing. I love it.
You
Yeah,
watch
I've seen
Bob?
Homeland. I don't think I saw the last season, but yeah, that was a good show.
Homeland was good. Homeland caught me. Middle seasons were meh.
Oh, ooh, season 5, fucking banger. Season 6, banger. 4, I would give you 4, but 5 and 6 have been very good.
So the middle,
Just maybe 1.
I don't think 2 is great. 4, yeah, 2, 3, 4 were a little bit meh. 1 was awesome, and then actually 5 and 6 were great too.
I think I also
I'll
read
just
on it.
reiterate the mid were meh.
Yeah. I believe I read that was supposed to be like a 1 season kind of thing, but then the success of it was so great that they were like, oh, fuck, now we have to keep going with this. And that's why Brody kept coming back and they had all these weird stories with him and shit. But yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they killed him off, it got a little better.
Agreed. Yeah. Carrie Matheson.
Carrie Matheson,
She's
Claire Danes.
She's fucking crazy. I think she's crazy in real life.
She is Juliet from Romeo and Juliet.
Never seen it.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Should I put that in my quay?
That's an old school.
Not worth it.
No.
In the quay.
What else you got?
So obviously I like wrestling. Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
You know what I like is how his voice got a little bit lower, a little bit quieter, a little bit shameful.
Nah, I love that. I mean, the stories they tell about like the true shit that happened behind the scenes. And I watched the one about Doink the Clown the other day and how he was just fucked up all the time and
Doink
how they
the clown.
yeah. Sorry, they don't have one
Wrestler.
on. Yeah, they don't have one on Tataka yet. I'm sorry, but yeah, Doink the Clown.
Well, they should.
Would you
He
narrate it
was
for
my
them?
favorite wrestler as a kid.
I know. That's why I'm making fun of you because
I'm
told
aware.
you that. Yeah, okay. Well, no, they had the Chris Benoit story where he murdered and killed himself afterwards after he murdered his family. That's a good one. The Owen Hart one, that would probably get you going. You might like that one. The Ultimate Warrior, how he was a fucking dank.
Your
No?
cue blows.
All right.
What else you got?
One that you have on there, it's Welcome to Wrexham. That's a very fucking good show. I like the people from Wrexham. I didn't know that there were Wales. I thought it was in England, and then I started watching it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's actually in Wales, and didn't know
Wales is
that.
kind of England. It's like the same thing. It's just a different
don't-
part of England.
It's a
Don't say
separate
that.
fucking country, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, and they have a fucking different language
It's
too.
Their
the
own language.
United Kingdom. It's all
they-
really one thing.
They speak
The Welsh
Welsh.
are just a little uppity and cunty about it. It's the same thing.
Can I tell you about something about Welcome to Wrexham? First, very captivating. We really liked the show. I got through the second season.
So you saw them
not
meet the
like-
queen?
The king, idiot.
No, I thought they met the queen before she died. No, it was the king.
No,
Oh.
she died. It was the king.
I
Here's
can't-
the thing.
Can't wait for the queen.
Ryan
to die
Reynolds,
and Renee.
Rob McElhenney, very likable guys. One brand of humor from them on that show, mostly from Ryan Reynolds. Like, I'm a big Always Sunny in Philadelphia fan, so there are times where you can see Rob McElhenney's like Always Sunny side.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I've listened to their podcast, and I guess he has a reputation of being kind of a hard ass when it comes to negotiation in the business, and just big giving to you straight. And you can see that side come out of him a little bit in that show. But Ryan Reynolds is just constantly this self-deprecating, fucking goofy kind of
Sexy,
joke,
fucking awesome
like
hair,
constantly
handsome debonair of fucking just that would
and
be
it's
my
not
gay
quite
fucking
on my
lover.
nerves the way he does it, but it's just a little bit hokey
So
and
handsome.
I don't like
seasoned-
Reynolds. I think he's
You
kind of a douchebag.
You're a fucking douchebag.
I don't think he's a douchebag. He
Thank you.
just
Maybe that's not the word, but I don't like him.
For
Jealousy
me,
is an ugly color on you,
can
buddy.
I get a word out, Ray? There's just a trouble of getting to its true authenticity from watching that show.
Do you think
Like,
you deserve it?
I think the viewer deserves it.
No. Ryan Reynolds can do whatever he wants. He's the sexiest man alive.
I don't think he is. Wasn't it?
Whoa. You don't think Ryan Reynolds is the sexiest man alive?
Nope.
I mean, they vote on
Who
it.
would be? Who would be Bobby? Oh, no, I want to hear this.
I don't
Bobby.
know who is. I just know he isn't. It's not him.
It's
not
supposed to be like if a
Reynolds.
tree falls in a forest kind of thing you're trying to tell me right now?
Well, it's just not Reynolds.
Bullshit.
It's not him. It's
I
due
d-
to his unlikable personality, which makes him unattractive.
I think he has a great personality, which even makes
Well,
him
then
his
you
look even
could-
better.
You should write him a love letter and attempt to have sex with him. You
I'd like
should
to throw,
pursue that dream.
I think throw Bailey Zappi's name in for the sexiest man alive, so he can win something. Here's the other part about that show that triggers me a little bit. The whole show, the league, the soccer league, is so bad that there's no television broadcast. So all of the footage is from their documentary.
It's YouTube channel, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, no, it's their documentary, so it just looks like a movie. So I'm watching it. You combine that with the fact that they're playing on most of the times, except that they're in Wrexham, like high school fields a lot of times. Like they're just like cheap fucking nets. And I'm like, is this real? Like, are they actually out there playing? Like they're professional soccer players. Some of these guys are making real money because they overpaid to get out of this fucking stupid league. And they're going up and playing in front of like tin bleachers on real movie cameras. It just looks like a movie. Like they
Staged it.
staged it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you get that? Did you get that? Like watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like I was watching a game, a match.
I just loved how drunk the locals get. Like they go to the bar at like 9 in the morning and start drinking. Oh, taps, the kegs are open and blah blah blah, and they start drinking. I'm like, I wish we had something like that. I wish we had the love of one localized sport where you just had that
Where
camaraderie.
it's all four sports wrapped into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of interesting. I like that idea too.
I like that dynamic of European soccer. Like that's fucking amazing. Like how they march down the street before games. They have all these songs about like, oh, your best player sucks this guy's dick because she's gay and we don't like him. Blah blah blah. But that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that is the cool part of it. It's a cool cultural experience, and they're just like openness to throwing down pints at any given
Oh
time.
fuck yeah. It's a bucket list item for me is to go see a Premier League game.
But that's the whole point. Like you're over there,
Yeah.
a pint is kind of semi-cold and it's 3.5%. So you just throw it
I
down.
wouldn't call it semi-cold. I'd call it semi-warm. It's piss warm.
There you go. You done better to Wales. Wales shit talking.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Say something in
Fuck
Welsh,
Wales.
Bobby.
Yeah. Clacking cunt. I'll throw out painkillers. Ray, you watched that?
Great-
I still haven't
great
got
show.
to the whole thing.
Painkillers is good.
But that was, true story about the opioid epidemic. Yeah. And Pain Hustlers is a movie with Emily Blunt, who's probably my favorite actress at this time. You guys like Emily Blunt?
I like Emily Blunt.
Yes.
Sure.
Do you see Mary Poppins yet with Emily Blunt?
No, because I don't watch. No.
You
And
will.
Chris Evans. Oh, I'll throw him in the ring for Sexiest Man Alive. I'll take him over.
He's from Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good number 2 then.
He's also Captain America.
Yeah. Not anymore.
It's true. Those were good. That is, there's all kinds of shows in that on the Oxycontin opioid epidemic now. Seeing as
Yeah, you just drive down Elm Street, you can see the whole fucking pain hustle or
Yeah.
painkiller. Yeah.
I mean, history will tell the time of that we're in and how they just came to a settlement that I think the Supreme Court's going to throw out to try and get more money from those fucks.
Mm.
What's his name? Richard.
Richard, no,
The family,
Wexler.
the Dr. Richard.
Yeah. Richard Feynman.
Yeah.
No, that's Friedman. That's the Bitcoin.
I can't remember it now. Yeah.
Anyway, the last one I'll throw on the quay, unless Ray, you had one. It was Apple show, Slow Horses. This is another
So a Native American?
No.
This is about Bobby's retarded horse?
No, this is set in Britain.
So-
It's next to Wales. They killed
Oh.
They killed off those natives a long time ago.
Oh,
Fucking
alright.
way long time ago. No, it's a MI6. It's a spy show.
Oh,
Yeah.
slow
Some of
horses.
the Apple
What a
stuff
weird
is good,
name.
yeah.
Well, it's all Slow Horse is the segment of the MI6 of the rejects that just get kicked out and they're still part of it, but they're just a bunch of fucking losers that work out of a shithole. And every season they get thrown into some crazy plot. It's good. Highly recommended.
Have you seen Squid Games? The actual Squid Games
The
game
reality
show?
show thing? No.
I watched it.
Looks
It's pretty
dumb.
good. It's pretty good.
I didn't watch
Was
the
it?
show. I'm
Okay.
not going to watch that. I'm just.
You never watched Squid Games?
The
Nah.
show is good. No, you should watch
Ooh,
the
come
show.
on,
Isn't it
Richard.
like? Isn't it like? End of days, like dystopian fucking Hunger
Nope.
Games, like people kill each other.
No.
It's like Hunger Games, but it's not like you're winning.
So like,
People
so
like
the
they are in
premise
so much
is-
debt that they have to go in.
Yeah.
They're trying to like pay off their debt pretty much.
But like with death as a penalty.
Well, they don't know that until they get there. So like, let's say there's like 1,000 people, and like, so when each person dies, like it adds $1,000 to the pot, and then when you're there at the end, then that individual wins the pot. But there's a lot of other different subplots. It's a good show.
Is it overdubbed?
Yes.
Over what?
Yes.
It's a Korean show, right?
Yeah.
Oh
so
yes, yes.
yeah, and then
There
it's-
is subtitles.
I'm not watching that shit. Nope. Oh, never gonna watch it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Quay?
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
Welcome to Wrexham is basically the real life version of Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Mm.
If you like Ted Lasso, you'll like Wrexham. Vice versa.
Bobby, what are you watching?
I have I need a show. We have finished our shows. We haven't had a chance to like get into a new one, so I'm taking this under advisement here.
I got one. Ever heard of the show Prison Break?
Yeah, that old show.
This came from another obvious. This was another feather in the cap of the obvious one. We had a roundtable of similar to this favorite TV shows of all time, and Ray kicked his list off with the obvious one, Prison Break. Bill and I had things like The Office, Seinfeld, Sopranos, Game of Thrones. Highly.
That's how I started
acclaimed.
watching The Sopranos. It's because of that episode.
Seinfeld.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
just
we-
the other
Fuck
day.
you!
the
We watched it
episode-
together. You son of a bitch!
We-
Don't say you're fucking cool.
The other day with I watched the episode of Seinfeld where George gets a girlfriend from prison, and he's like, having a girlfriend in prison's great. She's not there to check up on you. There's minimal there's minimal competition, and then when she doesn't get a parole, she breaks out and meets him at his apartment.
Costanza is one of the greatest characters of all time. Ray doesn't like
George
Seinfeld. 'cause
Costanza
he has
is
no
the greatest
fucking-
character of all time.
He has no sense of what's good. He's getting better at it, but Prison Break's his favorite show of all time. So
Oh.
that's all you need to
Rick and Morty. I'll end it on Rick and Morty. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
know. I hear a lot about it. I don't watch cartoons because I'm
An
almost
adult.
40. Another home run, Ray. This or that with Chief Bobby running late.
Very late.
All right, let's hammer through this.
You got it. Ham or turkey dinner?
Ham. Turkey's for Thanksgiving. Ham is for Christmas.
Agreed.
I go turkey here.
Of course you do.
I just can't.
Can't
give
just
up.
get over Thanksgiving, can you?
Can't get it up. Yeah.
I can't get over it. Do you go with the big dinner Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Both.
Obviously. My Christmas traditions have been all out of whack since moving south here over the last several years. I don't really have one. We would always have a Christmas Day was more of a sit down dinner. I think.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve here.
You suck, Bobby.
Nope. Christmas Eve is the real actual holiday. I would say you just open up the presents on Christmas Day.
Cool.
Lots of gifts or minimal gifts?
Lots.
Yeah, lots. What are we doing
Lot-
here?
What
Lots
are
of
we doing
gifts.
here? Why the fuck do I want minimal gifts? Fucking idiot.
I don't know.
Give me
Some
it
people
all.
just either give one gift.
Jews.
Get out of my life.
Well, Ray's on the show.
Yeah, he gets 8.
Yeah, I got 8 crazy nights,
That's
bitch.
true. Yeah, it's one a day for 8 days. Good point. Do you keep the tree or get rid of it immediately?
Immediately. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, I think ranging towards immediately, but all depending on hangover levels.
Oh, of course. Of course, how you're feeling the next day. But yeah.
Yeah,
I get rid
no,
of
I'm
it.
it's
not waiting. I'm not
right
waiting
away.
until New Year's. It's getting out like Christmas.
Well, it's hangover
the day-
levels and also like booting my wife's ass to get the ornaments off the fucking thing so I can get it out of the house.
Oh, I get the kids. I go, let's go. Put them in the
I have
box.
babies. I don't have slaves yet. So
You stand
I'm still-
over, take off those
Cool.
fucking ornaments. You know I don't like that bitch work. Take that shit off.
He's in his gray wife beater and his goddamn boxers
I know. I
with
want
those
each,
stupid fucking sunglasses
and
on.
make sure each ornament's in the proper fucking box. You know,
Oh, I
nothing
don't have
pisses
that.
me off the
No.
next year more than when I see the wrong ornament in the wrong box.
See, that's why I can't do it because the wife gets mad that I put away wrong and they all break and then.
When was the
Get
last
back.
time you heard a Vine say, don't put the wrong ornament in the wrong box? Huh, Bobby? Your mother?
That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, my dick in the wrong box. I have to go back and put my dick in her
I
box.
got it, but
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah. You don't have to explain it. It was poor.
no, you had a
Huh.
much better mother joke at the end of last show. That was an
That was good. I kept
excellent
that in
joke.
there.
Thank you. I know. I
I
Excellent.
Ryan
appreciate it.
Reynolds that thing. I self-deprecated for the
Yeah.
better of the show
Thank you.
at my own
You don't need
expense.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Eggnog or no eggnog?
No eggnog. Fucking eggnog.
Eggnog's
Gross.
disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. No.
Yankee swap or Secret Santa?
Yankee swap because you can take the best gift out of
Swap. Secret
everything.
Santa's
Yankee swaps
stupid.
are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Secret Santa's dumb.
I've made someone cry in my family from a Yankee swap, and it was awesome.
Okay.
I took the gifts that she wanted, and I fucking said,
Oh, really? I thought you
Oh.
did, like that's how you made her cry in Yankee Swap. You didn't just punch her in the face. No shit.
Oh.
All right. Go ahead,
Is
Bobby.
the Santa
I
gift-
made my cousin cry at Yankee Swap. Oh, she wanted the present you took. No, I kicked her right in the vag. Just fucking squared her up. She hated it.
What was the gift?
I don't remember, but it was something that they really wanted.
Remember the crying?
Yeah.
Does Santa give one gift or multiple gifts?
Multiple.
Multiple.
Over this.
Santa gives one gift. What do you think? We give the gifts. We give the presents. You get one gift from Santa. You want her to worship Santa or you? It doesn't make any sense.
Worship me anyways. So, whatever.
Well,
Bobby grew up. Bobby's Christmas sucks.
Yeah.
what is it? The presents are still there. That
Fucking
doesn't mean any
fucking
different.
turkey. You get one present on Christmas morning. Like nothing
No,
else.
There's
nothing
all
else
the
to look
presents,
forward
but there's
to.
only one present that says it's from Santa.
Daddy, I'm
Not-
hungry.
not a
we had
bunch of
dinner on
presents that
Christmas
say
Eve.
Santa,
It's fucking
Santa,
Christmas.
Santa.
Get your own thing to eat. Also, put away the ornaments, bitch, and do it correctly.
Whatever.
Not in my asshole.
If this next question goes the way that I think it's going to go, Bobby, your Christmas does suck.
Christmas caroling or no Christmas caroling?
No.
No.
Who Christmas carols?
Oh,
No.
I thought he was going
No.
to say yes.
No.
No.
Do you
Bobby's
guys do the
Christmas caroling
Christmas stockings, gifts in the stockings before the presents?
sounds a little something like
No,
this.
after. You go after everyone's opened their gifts.
Whoa, what are you talking? The stockings come first. It's
No,
the
they go
appetizer.
last.
And
And, Bobby, are you
God.
fucking retarded when you go do
What
Christmas?
the hell are you? No, you two people are retarded. They don't come first. And they
Yeah.
don't come last.
Yes, they do. They go last.
pile on your freaking Tic Tacs and your goddamn
Toothbrushes.
That's why they go
Yeah.
Toothbrushes
first.
and
It's all the dumb
deodorant.
bullshit in there.
No, that's why it goes last. So you can be like, oh,
Last.
all right. It's like, oh, you're getting that cigarette after sex. You know, it's like, oh, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
Let's
here's
swap.
the necessities here.
Yeah, all
there's my
right. I need
socks.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, again, the hangover. I'm assuming my folks were hungover at the end. They're like, "Oh fuck, forgot the goddamn stocking." And then there's
Yes, it
tradition.
always goes, oh, shit, I forgot this. Here we go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Whatever. Do you take a week vacation or no?
No,
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, no. It's not worth it.
it's not worth it.
Did you already get the days off? Well,
Not the
actually, I
whole
didn't do it.
week.
I'm working Thursday and Friday, so I guess no.
I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Well, that's because you're a plumber,
Mm.
and you're needed at this time.
Mm.
Boo boo boo.
No, Kathy, don't worry. You don't have to pay me. Oh, but Mr. Langevin, come on in. I don't have the cash, so I get to use that ass.
I'm not the host. I can't mute you.
All right.
Well,
Bring
I'm
the kids
surprised
to
that
see
Mario-
Santa,
did you-
or not
Ray, did-
have them sit on some weird guy's
Hold on,
lap.
Bobby. Ray, I'm surprised the Mario Brothers was not in your quay. It did land on Netflix recently.
It's in my quay because my fucking son put it on there.
Dad, is that you?
No, my daughter would be the one saying that, not my son.
Oh, that's
Do you know what I found
what you
out?
need to see.
You know what he told me tonight? He's got hair on his balls.
Good for him.
All right, good for him.
How do you break the news? What are you just like, hey, check this out? Sitting at dinner, just fucking
Yeah.
bubble gums you.
Yeah,
He just
puts it on his
walks out.
plate. Yeah,
Hey, Dad, I sat and gum.
I'd cry of just pure joy. Be like, "That's my boy."
Just one fucking
This is
straggly.
gray hair.
You pluck it. God damn it!
Now you got to start over, bitch.
Start all over. See you next Christmas, boy.
Yeah.
Take it and slap him on the cheek with it and be like, "Yeah, fucking bitch." I don't know. I don't know.
Made my
By
son
slap,
cry.
you
I
mean
made my
tickle
son cry at
gently,
Yankee
like-
Swap. Oh, you took the present he wanted? No, I
No,
slapped his sack across his face. Oh shit! Hurry up, Bob. We're trying to get through this.
Bring the kids to see Santa or not have him sit on some weird guy's lap.
Fuck no.
I went to my neighbor's house. It was perfect. Walking, had a beer in hand.
Your neighbor Santa?
No, they had like
Just a
all the
weird
kids.
guy that likes kids sitting on his lap.
No, they had all the neighbors come down and one of the parents dress up like Santa. Perfect.
Cool.
Genius.
Come fucking cool me.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Simplest minds of the week to wrap this baby up.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
It's a long one because we're taking next week off. Did I tell you that yet?
No, you are, but me and Bobby will be here.
Well, I'll
Bitch.
be home. I'll be home Thursday.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're gonna be home.
All depends on how it goes. At your mother's hoes. Can't read my own writing, my own email. Where are we? Simplest minds of the week. Lakers hang their in-season tournament banner right next to their 17 NBA championships. Do you think that was a LeBron move or an NBA move?
NBA.
NBA?
You
I
for it?
think-
Or you think it's dumb?
I think Adam Silver
Dumb as
wants
fuck.
to make the in-season tournament relevant, so that's why they're doing the banner. And then with the Lakers winning, LeBron getting MVP. So yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, they gotta know that like it's not gonna go over well with some of these franchises. Don't make it a banner. Make it something else.
I think the hope is that some of these franchises that have never won a championship can actually put something in their arena.
Why? How would they be good enough to win a tournament in the season and not good enough to compete for one at the end?
It's the NBA, it can be fixed.
Fair point. Speaking of fixed, Draymond Green started counseling.
Pussy.
Still suspended 3 weeks. This asshole doesn't need counseling. You know who said that? Shaq. I'm with him.
He's 7 foot tall. Of course, I would be with Shaq. Yeah.
He's like,
What are you getting counseling for, though? That's what I want to know.
Being
Quit-
an asshole.
quit being an asshole.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like that scene in Liar Liar. He's in the bathroom. Quit breaking the law, asshole.
True. But I just don't understand. Like, how did you go to a counselor and be like, I'm just an asshole? Like, fix me?
Well, he'll ask him questions about his father, and he'll be like, "Yeah, he was an asshole," and then they'll just go down that whole thing. Then he'll start crying about his dick cousin that took his present one Christmas, and they'll get to the bottom of it.
Do you think his father pulled out his one ball hair and slapped him across the face with it?
That's possible too.
Think he had a father?
I don't know how to do the beat button.
Just asking. A lot of times, when you encounter this kind
Well,
of
he
behavior,
has a father. Whether or not he knew him is the question.
or he's Jesus. Carolina Panthers selling tickets for 49 cents.
Nice.
You hear that the owner bought them all up too, so we'll go down as a sellout.
Of course. I mean,
Chump change for him.
chump change for me. 29 cents.
No, I'm saying buying up all those tickets. That's fucking chump change for the owner.
I'm saying it's chump change for anybody because it's 50 cents. It's 50
No,
cents.
because 50 times what? How many people sit in those seats?
70,000, whatever.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
so-
70,000 of the seats.
Yeah, he bought up the seats, so it shows as a sellout.
Yes, but there weren't 70,000 open seats. Like,
Did you
how
see
many-
what it looked like at the fucking opening of the game or 18
Fine.
minutes before the game? It was a lot.
Fine. Whatever. Yeah, you're
If
right.
it's a
Not chump change to
70,000,
everybody.
so call
He
it
probably
like
spent 20
$50,000.
grand.
Yeah, you don't fucking have that just fucking laying around.
That's true.
Thank you. So it's not chump change.
Here's my favorite one of the week. Tyreek Hill has fathered a third child this year. Within 4 months, he's fathered 3 children, 3 different women. This is coming from the Queen. 2 of his baby mamas have just filed paternity suits. No shit. He reportedly has 7 children, and he just got married a couple weeks ago.
What an idiot.
Who is the guy from Artie? From Artie has like 15
He has, like,
kids with
14,
13
right?
women or something.
Yeah, remember he was on the oh my god, what's that fucking show on HBO?
Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks, and remember they were asking him to name his kids? And he had a
Yeah.
hard time. He couldn't even figure out all of them.
Antonio Cromartie.
Mm.
Tyreek Hill, my MVP.
No.
Whew. 3 kids in 4 months.
Oh, a lot of sex, that guy.
Or he's just very potent. Every time he throws it in, it's a home run.
It's a pre-cum.
Mm.
Pre-cum. If you have potent pre-cum,
Mm.
you're going to get her
Yeah.
pregnant.
Certainly not bad looking women. Some of them.
Well, they're all going to be millionaires pretty soon.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Does he have a flavor? It looks like they're all Spanish. Oh, no,
Oh.
they don't. No. Oh, one. Oh,
I think you're
Does he
looking for
have
I think you're looking for Hispanic there. Yeah, we, probably have a couple Draymond Greens on our hands after this. You know, the whole father thing. Lastly, here I just wanted to pull one from the New York Post, Bobby's favorite tabloid. As we
Hell
end the
yes.
show. This is just a great headline. Diaper full of bullets found in traveler's carry-on at LaGuardia Airport. Diaper was packing heat at the New York airport. Always the best literature here, the New York Post. In Arkansas, man, go figure, was caught trying to pass through LaGuardia Airport security with a baby diaper full of bullets Wednesday morning. Officers were scanning the traveler's carry-on bag through an X-ray checkpoint when it triggered an alarm. The officers pulled the bag off the line and found a disposable diaper with heavy load inside. They unwrapped it to find 17 9mm bullets hidden in an otherwise clean underpants. The traveler told the officers that he didn't. This was a classic Jack Jones move. The traveler told the officers that he didn't know how the ammo-filled diaper got into his carry-on bag before suggesting his girlfriend may have put it in there.
ex-girlfriend, probably now.
Yeah, ex-girlfriend. No,
Well, he probably got off.
Jack Jones' defense. I didn't.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wasn't mine.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I know.
I didn't-
It'd be, come on, bro. Who puts ammo in a diaper? I didn't do that shit.
I'll pack my own bag. I didn't do
I
it.
just like. What
I,
do
know,
you
I don't
think?
pack the diaper bag, so I would have that defense.
Yeah. Do you think I deal with diapers? No. No.
Not me. Not me,
No.
sir.
Don't even know where my kid is.
Don't even ask.
Yeah. His name's Draymond, if you're looking for him.
He might be seeing a counselor right now.
He does need a diaper because he's a little bitch. This has been the Simon Sports Show, Friday Rewind, December 22nd. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
I'm glad that the longest show of the year is in Ray's plate to edit.
Yeah, this is going to be an hour and 40-minute show. Great.
It's a doozy.
All right, I got a lot to do.
Me too.
Your mother's ass.